All right. Hey, Echo Computers, we're back. Hey, got a little bit behind last week. Um, yeah, we are in the middle of catching up. I am off today, and I'm going to try and get. Um, Actually, this is Tuesday's lesson, even though I got the second half of last week's lesson out on the retrofitting of your code. As we refactored it, we got those directions cleaned up. We can handle more objects, and so now we clean that up and we have our directions working. We wanted to get more fields working, in hopefully multiple fields, and so I wanted to play around with that today. Um, so this is kind of like your Tuesday class being recorded on Friday at 3 o'clock. I was actually ready to record it last night at 11 o'clock, and then I was like, wait, I'm in my pajamas, so that's not necessarily a cool thing. So I thought I would go ahead and just wait till this morning, and then we had some distractions this morning. Today's my day off. I took a day off. I am 52 today, so that's exciting. So we're going to shrink down the window. Enough of me. I hope you guys are all doing well. I know we've reached out to your parents, and I've heard a lot of support for us to continue through the month of April. We might slip into the first week of May, but I want to see you guys at least finish the game, be able to support multiple levels, and be able to build your own fields and come up with your own character sets. There's a lot more. We're almost there, so I think we've got a good thing going. So let's just keep this rolling here. And so I just gonna shrink this down, but take care of yourselves. If you need anything, please text me, hit me on the message board. I'm all set up downstairs now. I've rearranged my space to where I'm set up. I can do Skype or Zoom. I prefer to do Skype for security reasons, but I've already Skyped with a couple students. So instead of posting your project up, we can Skype, and you can share your screen and we can talk and stuff like that. And so we can do a lot of different things here to make sure things are working here for you. We have more tools now. Skyping with screen share is probably our best tool set. So I will be wondering if you guys have Skype loaded. Not Skype Professional, but Skype Personal. If you have Skype, you'll be able to say Skype, and it will look like this. And there's Skype for Business. You don't want that. And Skype for Business, there's just Skype Personal, which is a regular Skype app, and you can load that up. That way, if you have an issue and I'm here, I can hop on Skype. I can look at your screen. We can discuss it. You don't have to go through the whole interval of posting up your code. Is there enough room in Dropbox? All that stuff. So I'm hoping we can have Skype available to us. 2 students are already set up on Skype, so if you can get Skype, that personal Skype installed, when you go to the Skype website, let's do that real quick. I want to show you guys where that is. Jump over here. Oh, that's my worship music. So been soaking in some worship here. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you get into the Lord's presence. He's the one that's carrying us through all this. But I wanted to, Skype is a Microsoft product. So when you log into Skype, you should be able to log in with your same username and password that you use to log into your Windows machine. So that's the way we set up our Windows. And it's not Skype for Business. I'm just on Google. I said Skype, Skype. Skype is a little bit more secure. I like the way Skype does screen shares. I like the way that camera's kind of optional. You have to go out of your way to actually get the camera work. I can hear your voice. We can talk. We can share screens. And so if we go to download Skype, Skype for desktop, Skype for mobile. You want Skype for the desktop here. And I'm looking for, so you want Skype for Windows, because we're all Windows users, and I think that would be it. It was just different before, because it was trying to, but make sure you download Skype for your desktop. That allows you to share your screen. It allows me to watch what's going on with your program. You can go through your code. You can even post your code up, and then I can have your code open up over here, and I can share my screen. We can go back and forth. I can show you examples, or go back to your screen, and we can flip back and forth. And there is camera, but you have to go in privacy settings to even open up the camera. It's much more secure, and we don't need a camera. We just need to talk and share screen. So that's what that is. And I believe the downloads are, they've changed the screen up since I've been here last. But I would strongly encourage download Skype. Once you go into Skype, it will ask you to set it up, and it will give you a Windows handle. If you have a Windows handle on Skype, just post it into GroupMe, or send it to me in a private GroupMe or whatever if you want that, or send it to me in an email, and we'll grab that thing. All right, so we built a new field. Let's shrink me down here, because we don't need me that big. So, Mr. Tim in the corner. Oh, I'm sorry, I was so bad. No, just teasing. Okay. Alright, so I built a new field, and I had to come up, there was a student, I won't mention his name, but his first name began with an S-H-A-N-N. I'm sorry, Shannon. But it's like, I should open up Shannon's project here if I don't have it open. There was a comment in his code. Oh, Shannon, not now. I'm here to make fun of Shannon. But this was funny. So I'm like I'm sitting here thinking about making a new field. Shannon's going to go like, man, he does read our code. And so I see this in Shannon's code. Yeah, bring this over here. So he's talking about his keystrokes, right? He's like, okay, so we see direction 6, 4, 2, and 8, and it says useless buttons commands. I'm like going, oh, you know what? We're only using half the functionality, so let me fix that. So this course is a thank you to Shannon. Yes, I do read your code when I get around to it and dig out from underneath all the coronavirus stuff. So, so this course, guess what? Use a lot of different angular directions to navigate it. So we built a course, and so out there in the, I want to show you guys how I built it. Is I had to take the old, of course I took the old XLXS and saved it as, field 4.xlxs instead of field 3.xlxs. And what I had to do is, again, this is a picture of the Excel. What I had to do is I had to take a little square. Since we have the data inside the colored square, in Excel, I can color, like if I went over here, I could color this green thing yellow, but that wouldn't do us any good, because green is the color of our field right now. It could be any color later on. There's some GDI stuff I'm playing with, but we don't that might allow us to have transparent PNG images. I've actually played with it a little bit, but that retrofit is just huge, expensive. I just don't think we have time to do it. But unless, I haven't had time to actually roll out a complete version with the GDI stuff. I actually got it to sort of work, but there's just some tweaky things about the GDI stuff, so I'm still trying to figure out some stuff. But all that set aside, so I took a bunch of objects and I cut and pasted them on a separate Excel here. This is looking weird because I don't have my proportions right. So let me go back in here where you can actually see the proportions. And obviously I have this taller than, so I need to go, of course you click in Excel in the top corner, and if you adjust it now, it will adjust all of them. I'll give them about the same width, so that when I zoom out, they look proportional. And that's all I want to see. Okay, so these right here, these bars right here, this is funny stuff. Let me show you how I did this. To make them look right, because when I first made them, they actually looked insanely horrible. But when you can think about it, if you think about building your worlds, is going to be most of your graphic images. And so this is funny. I actually went like this. I zoomed in and I cut out a square of just solid yellow like that. Control C. And so that's copied text. And I literally, I'll start a new one here. I'll go here and I hit Control V. And of course that covers that copies it, and then I use my arrow keys. I went like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Control V. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Control V. So 3 down, 1, 2, 3, 3 over. Control V. 1, 2. Man. And then it would mess up like that, and I'd have to click and hit Escape. And then I would be hosed. And so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you hope you're right, and it uncut the copy. So you'd have to go back up here and grab that again. And it took me a long time just to build a little bit of a bar, and you can take the bars, and I got the bars close. You look at this field and you go, Mr. Thelman, that's an ugly field. And I say, you know what? That's an ugly field. These things here, I imagine them be turning into boulders. That's what I imagine them to be. Boulders kill just like the wall kills. So you guys could get boulders and just put them over to, because all this is a graphical representation of the data that I convert to a bitmap. But these, you guys have fixed up hay bales. You can make these hay bales, you can make these rocks, you can make these stumps, you can make them whatever makes your stuff look cool. But again, I am just giving you structure. This is not a graphic art. This is not an art class. If you guys want to take this and do art with it, that's totally cool. But that's just that one little thing right there. So that's just an FYI. That's how I built it, and then I would have to grab these things and go like this. I don't know if this one's really, this corner here is really hard to get around, so I'm really debating as to whether or not I should do this. I think I'm going to. So what I would do is I would get some green, and I'll go here, and I'll go Control V, and then I'll go here, and I'll go Control V again, and that's too high. Control Z, so I have to hit Control Z to undo it. And I have to go up a little higher, and then I hit Control V again, and I'm like, okay, that makes it a little bit easier to get around that corner. So then I'm going to save this, and this will save the CSV. I mean, this will save the XLXS, right? And then I say File, and then I say Save As, and I'm going to save it back out to Echo Computers, and I'm going to save it as a CSV, and this will give us that comma delimited file that we know and love. Okay, and then that's fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to go out there to field 4.bmp. Here's the bitmap. It should have opened up in Paint, but it didn't. Field 4.bmp. Let's go ahead and hit edit here. There we go. There's our favorite paint. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily our favorite, but there you go. Control Z. Good Lord, what are you doing, Mr. Stone? And since we only need to get it kind of close, what I would do is I grab a piece like this, Control C, and I'm going to go right, and then go Control V, and then it's going to drop it up here, and then I can drag this down, and I can go here, and then Control V. It's a lot easier to do in Paint than Excel. And okay, so these boundaries here are now relatively close, and I'm going to hit save. Okay, so it's going to make it a little bit easier to win, or possible to win. I don't think it was really necessarily possible to win with those hay bales going way out there. And you can make them, and so, you know, we had a message that we said, hey, you've hit a brick wall, you've totaled your car, you know, now you can say you've had a collision with something hard and you've totaled your car. So that's that. So here's how it plays. Let's go ahead and update these files real quick. I just want to show you guys this. Okay, field 4.csv. Let's go ahead and grab the new bitmap I just put down on there, April 3rd, 2000. Did I say today was my birthday? Yeah, today was my birthday. I think I've already said that. But you know what? I love you guys so much. I'll catch up on my recordings on my birthday. You replace the files in the destination. Now, okay, let's see. Now let me grab and pull something over here. I got a new monitor for my birthday. It is so stupid cool because now I can grab stuff from over here and drag it over. So I'm very excited about that. So I can kind of lay out classes better and record better. But when I wanted to do field 4.csv, and we're going to be looking at this code a lot, but I had to simply modify. Is this? Yep. I simply had to modify that we're going to go into the load field 4.bmp. That's loading field 4, and when we load the field array, we have to load field 4.csv. So we simply are just changing our field, and here's what it looks like. And I got a $10 bet that says, I won't bet, but that's not a godly thing, right? So here's what it looks like now. I had to modify the starting point to be 10,10. Bray and I talked about that earlier today. And then, but anyway. Ooh, I got lucky. I don't think that's. Oh, yeah, it's working. Let me try one more time. So I come down here. Notice I moved the gas can. Oh, that sucks. I didn't see that. Great. What happens if you don't get this perfect through here? You are just hosed. But anyway, here you go. Go down through here. Go over here. Go up here. Go down. Okay. Anyway, Shannon, you gave us a new challenge. But it works. We're hitting things that loaded correctly. So, okay, now we got to talk about loading multiple objects, because we can have this be field4.csv, but we have to be able to load a field array. So what if, just for fun, we wanted to load instead of saying a string here, like this is yellow code, what if we just want to load that? And what if we want to load, so we would have to define a string. Okay. Well, that's nice, but if you want to go over here and look at our document for this week, this document will be published, hopefully shortly after this video is published, is that we now have 3 fields available to us. We have our original field that we started with just the hay bales. That's going to be field 1, field.bmp. And field 2 is going to be field 3.bmp, because we can't count. I think we threw field 2 out. So field 4.bmp and field 4.csv. So we have 3 fields now. So let's think about this for a second. So one of the things we need to look at here, pull that back off to the side, is that we need field tied to an array, right? To what level we're on. Oh, wait a minute, we have level. But we're going to start with level 1. So we're going to set level to 1. Level is going to be kind of like a field. And then when they succeed with the first field, we'll increase level. And then we'll display level 2, level 3. And we'll probably move the level over to where the field gauge is so they can see what level they're on. And so then all of a sudden we can handle infinite levels. So what if we did this? C field CSV. Let's just play around with the code here just real quick. And let's say if we had 20 levels. Okay? Let's look at that for a second. You're like, that's interesting. And what if we said C field.csv, okay, control V, is notice that the old way of doing things, I've commented out. I haven't thrown away any code here. You with me? So what if I do this? And I said, so I'm setting the third one equal to that. Okay? So this is C field level 3. So I've made this an array, and it doesn't like that, but I don't see why it wouldn't. And I'll say this is S field level 3, because it's just an array, and putting us, and so we just don't need to say string twice. That's why it's angry. Okay, believe it or not, the compiler was right. Ha! Well, you know that, Mr. Tim, the compiler was right. Okay, so we just set that to 3. So can we pass in a field name that's a part of an array and have it load? Well, we don't know. We've got the right bitmap image there, but the question is it the right field? Well, it sure looks like the right field. Okay, So obviously the objects are there. I don't know how to drive, but you know, that's why we're making a super easy video game, so I can at least win level 1, level 2, right? That's what we're working on. So okay, so now if we pass in the level or even make the level global, then right there, if we made the level global, then we could actually pass in the level. So this could be int level. So let's go do that right now. Let's just go up here in our code right here. This right here, let's set this equal to 1, right? Why not? And let's just take int level, the definitions of it, since the definition was right here inside this procedure on line 163. Remember line 163, I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to throw in another integer here. So there's our level, okay? So this is now a global variable. And let's go down to 163. Okay, so they can, we'll set it initially to 1. We'll still let them enter it, but for right now, let's set it, it can't be, if int level is greater than 4 or less than 1, if it's greater than 3, then less than 1, then I'm going to just say it must be in between 1 and 3. Okay? So then now this is a global variable. We're not talking about incrementing, but you see the baby steps we're taking here. So I'm just going to have int level be down here now. Back down where we were before, where we were actually loading the image. And you guys can get an idea of where this is going. My question is Control V. We're going to have to make some other changes here. But again, this is sort of a retrofit of sorts. But we're going to say the level is here. Control V. Okay. And so, of course, according to our, we have this thing right here. So I'm just going to put this in where we can. I have this document right here. I'm going to drag this over. So I'm going to say, I'm going to copy this out. Control C. Control V. And then I'm going to say this is number 2. Control V, and number 1 is simply base.csv. So, all right, base.csv. So all of a sudden, the level we were entering in before is all of a sudden is the game level, but this is only the game level of the data that we're playing with, and we have this all set up to int level. So let's take all of this and make it global. So I'm going to take all of this here. I'm going to get rid of it from here. I should have commented it out, but I'm just running blind here, guys. And up here, after we define everything, I'm just going to go kaboom, boom, and I'm going to say int level, Control C, Control V is equal to 1. So it's going to set my int level equal to 1, and oh, it is mad at me for some reason. String S field CSV20. Because these right here can't happen until you're in a procedure. Right? So we have all these things that we're setting up initially. So we have to set them up inside here. So Control V. So we're setting up some more constants. It's more happy with that. Okay. So we have S field CSV, and then how about we do this? Control C. Over here, we're going to need another variable, S string BMP. A little bit more work here, BMP, right? And then our BMPs we're going to set them right here. But wait, we're going to have to be very careful with this, because I'm going to go like this. Control C, going to come down like this. Control V, and I'm going to change this to BMP. And number 2 is field 3. And we're almost done. Now, we can't use these BMPs yet. Excuse me. Here we go. I want to look at one thing. It is field 2. Is it? I want to look at these with large icons. View extra large icons. So let's go look at these. I love extra large icons, then you don't have to open them. So field 2.bmp was this one, field 3, and the base.csv is this one, right? So really field 2.cmp, field 3, field 4. So we want this to be field 2, all right? So this is field 2.bmp. And now it's upset about this not being here. So that's a 1. All right. Wow. How's that for a mess? Okay. Typos can be a, oh my goodness. Don't hit shift. All right. All right. And then S field, submit to the underlines. Okay, that's not usable yet, but we have S field.bmp. Not the level, right? And this is an ugly retrofit, but we're going to get there. Okay, so let's just see what happens. We need to come down here to this one chunk of code, and we have to get this to load instead of being this. But this is a wchar. Okay, so we don't have a string. Well, I learned a few things about this. This was fun. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of nugget as we go through these USA string characters us Americans are used to these wchar fields. And I just came up with some logic based upon something I found online. If we have a string field name 4.bmp. This was for our demo here, and I'm just going to show you this because this is for level 3. And then if I do this, then these are local variables here. Then what we do is we convert string to a wide string. This is called wide string. And you have to take wide string and you have to get the beginning and the end of field name. So field name is a local string and it gets the beginning of the end of that. And then what it does is it builds a constant called wchar. It takes wfield and throws it into here. And these variables will reinitialize every time. So all we really need to do is really set this to, and you go like, really, Mr. Tim? Watch this. If I come in here like this, I got that string right there, right? Control C. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to pass in the field name and initialize it to Control V. But this is the S field BMP of the level. Okay, so it's going to move that into this local field name. It's going to convert the field name from beginning and the end and create a temp string. In temp string, it's going to move into a wchar. And when we get to a wchar, we're going to be able to just do this. Okay, so ideally, this should compile. That would be a miracle because we just made some big changes. And then if I put 3 in the level, this should all work. So I'm Tim, and the level is 3. Notice it loaded the base field of level 1. So we're going to have it load the field under init. Which I don't think that's going to be a big deal. Or don't. Okay, it says let's play. And still says I hit a brick wall. So it's not picking up that we loaded level 1. Alright, but okay, so it put us to level 1. We haven't gone in and looked at that code yet, but let's just see if it works because it set it to level 1. Let's go up here and set the level to 3. Okay. And then let's not assume they're putting it in there. We've got a little bit more work to do because when the program initialized and the screen painted, that's when we were loading the field. That's when we were loading the array. And that's not, so if I set that to the 3 now, regardless of what I do here, so we've got a little bit more work to do. That'll be, but what's really kind of cool is that you can now play the field you want to play based upon what we actually code here. So programmers in control, we're not in control. Nobody else is in control. But I just demonstrated that we now have dynamically loading fields. We don't have to come down here and change them. They are all edicted right here of what they are, and the ones that we run are simply based upon the number we put in there. So now we have to tweak something else, right? This is kind of like how a retrofit happens, a little bit at a time. So let's just do the usual, and that's the second field. And that's exactly what we wanted to see. The starting point's the same. Oh, it says in between 1 and 3. That's working, so I can put in 2 because that's what it initialized to, and we know we can't change it. And I don't know why it's doing that. That was very interesting. Huh. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. I guess this is 2. I ran out of gas. That's really interesting how that happened. Did my num lock it off? I guess my num locked it off. Okay. Well, at least I got my gas. The gas can is also going to have to be dynamic based upon the level you're in, right? So that's another area of dynamicness. So so it just lets me play again. But when we win, what we want to be able to do is have it bump up you to the next level. You won, so you go to the next level. That's another programming change. let's go take a look at this. So we've introduced a new field. Actually, you may notice that I did change the location of the gas can to 500, 400, but that's going to be dynamic based upon a few other things. Also, one of the things that, okay, we'll have to remind me that about the gas can, but if you don't get the gas can, then you have to destroy the gas can before you, when you repaint the field. So, okay. So, remember that under WM Paint was when we were actually painting the field. Now, if we initialize this to 1, up here where we were at, if we initialize it to 1 when we start the game, this is absolutely going to be working because this is 1. So the question is, we have to, when we win, we have to advance them to the next level, right? So when they win, winning is now something, because everybody's going to start at level 1. So that's level 1. But we want to be able to have them be able to enter in this stuff here. And when they enter in this here, and once they pick a correct level, which was right, come on, Timothy, where did we pick the level? Must be in between 1 and 3. Okay. Else, let's, right here when we set let's play, if they pick another level, we run let's play in it, and in let's play in it, that's when everything gets initialized. Well, we were initializing a few things also in when they we were loading images, right? And we were adding controls. Now we don't want to load all the images all over again, but that wouldn't hurt. And we were adding the controls. So we were repainting the windows. All we have to do is, one, reload the images. And we reload the image in the field array load together, right? That's part of load images. So we're going to take this code and we're going to do let's play init. Let's play init. Let's come in, let's play init. And let's just reload all the images. Okay? So we're going to set play equal to 1. But before we set play equal to 1, we're going to load the images. Okay, now, after we load the images, we're down here, we're sending a message, we're putting the car on the field and everything else like that. But we have to be able to send a message. Let's go down to load images. When we load images, load field array to load images. See, we load the image and we load the field array. But after we load the field array, then we create all of our handles, which creating all the handles is fine. We've now loaded a new field array, but one of the fields, when we create all the new handles, which I'm getting there, where we create all the handles, come on, they're right here. Okay, so this is let's play init. This is add controls. I shrunk it down. So in add controls, as soon as we paint the field, we load the field, right? Send message. So we send the message to the field what the field is, and we just need to change the field. Okay? So when we init play, we can change the field. So we're going to load images, so that will reload the field. Oh, and add cut paste. Control Z. Let's go back up here. So that cut paste did not work, but we're going to again just go grab this right here. Control C. We ran around for a bunch of nothing. I should have had that a little bit better documented, but I didn't. Okay, so let's see if that works. Well, if it doesn't, well, we're just retrofitting. This is how retrofitting works. We'll see how this goes. So I should be able to say Tim. It should default to level 1, right? But I want to play level 2. Let's see if it works. I should get level 2, right? Let's play. Okay. And I don't get jack. Oh, there's level 2. Took it a second to load, didn't it? Oh. Okay, I got my feel. I might win. And so I won. Yay! So that did work. So do I want to play it again? Sure. And I think we're going to play this. If you finish it, then your score is going to be whatever fuel you have left times 100. That's going to be your score on the field. So, and so 23 fuel, I would have scored 2,300 points. Why not? So I'm going to close this down. I'm not ready to play again because I want to do one more thing. If I win, that was really bizarre because it took a second for that to load. But if we win, we want to go up int level 1, right? And this was an amazing retrofit. Let's see. Did you see me choke right there? I need a little waiting circle, right? We'll have to work that out for next week. Or just wait for it. Or before it says, are you ready to play? It should at least load the field. So we're going to have to move that message. That would solve the problem. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for, congratulations, you won. So Control F1. Check if we won. Hooray! You finished the course, and then destroy the H car, and then I'm going to say int level equals int level plus 1. I'm going to say if int level, if, and put my condition in round brackets, int level, right, underscore level is less than 3, then, which we see then with the curly brackets, right? There we go. So we can go up a level. And then we say, do you want to play hooray? And then we come up here. So we come back up here and we say, do you want to play again? This is the magic code that I had a lot of people add right here. Let's play init. Let's play again. So Control C, right? And we're going to come over here, Control V. So we're going to go ahead and do the Let's Play Init first, right? Let everything load up before we say let. Just trying to reverse that. And let's save it. So this might work. You never know. This could work. We could have a 3-level game after this mod. You never know. So I got a feeling I'm more excited than you guys are. Yeah, when we first started playing video games as kids, this is about as good as it got, folks. Alright, so I'm going to start with level 1 because I'm going to done. I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to go. It's going to take a second to go. Of course, I have the gas can because the gas can works regardless of any level. Right? Oh, I ran into the wall trying to get lined up on the finish line. So it should say, do I want to play again? I think it would have. I'm going to go this way this time. Oh, I can't go that way. Right? So, here we go. We're going to try it again. Not necessarily a pause. And I'm going to go down this way. And, oh, I'm having trouble getting in there today. All right. So it's going to initialize. I'm going to say OK. And I'm going to go this way. Then I'm going to get my gas can. And then I'm going to go this way. And then I'm going to go. My 3 isn't working. Anyway, wow, that's just amazing. That little simple course is not giving me any grace, is it? Okay, let me try this one more time to see if we can advance. She's resting. She had a bad night. Oh, 3 doesn't work for some reason. Oh, my numlock's not on. That's why I can't win. My numlock's on. Let me see if I can do this now. Oh, I guess it's thought I won. And I'm going to win this one. Because the finish line is so much better. Who would guess the... Oh my goodness, Selman. Your car's totally hit the brick wall. We might have to change that. It's reloading. Really like the way that it reloads. That really cleans it up nice. Oh, I'm gonna die. Ha! The gas can trumped the hay bales. That was funny. Did you see that? Oh, are you joking? I'm dying on level 2. This is insane. And then it just takes a second to reload all those images. Okay, here you go. I'm just getting used to trying to deal with the whole new feel of that. That's just really crazy. Okay. Okay, and hey, I finally won level 2. Okay, let's see what level 3 looks like. Whew. Okay, I hate level 3. I invented level 3. You can't hate level 3. Can I hate level 3 if I created level 3? Oh, something's wrong. Well, this is looking bad. Okay. How to play my own video game. I ran out of gas. Alright, anyway. Multiple levels work. Whether or not I can finish level 3 even after I fix it, that's a whole nother question. But I hope that helps. I'll get the notes put out there. Lord, no. Can't believe I can't play my own video game. That is, can you say pathetic, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. One! Woohoo! All 3 levels done. So there we go. Changing that right there is what made it possible, and then I slipped through here somehow when I hit this barrier here. So yeah, level 3 is doable. If I did it, anyone can do it. But again, ugly things here. Ugly things. These are ugly. You guys can put rocks there. If you need something moved or modified, if we need to change something up on this field, let me know. I'll republish it. But now we have a multi-level game. The only thing we need to do is push the display out to here, but that's a minor change. You guys can figure that out because this is an integer field and we push the display out. Where else do we push an integer field out as a wchar? Right here. So just take this code when we advance the level. Let's go ahead and send the same message we send over here over to here so they can see what level they're on. And I'm going to leave this here, this level here, I'm going to leave it here to where if we're adding other levels, then we can, I might take the little fixed box of it, but you see 100 over here? You can come over here and change it. It doesn't change the game at all, but since we get input from right here, we don't have to make it look like an input. The user, if it doesn't have a box around it, the user won't think it's an input. So if we take this box off this and maybe even move it over here a little bit, do some other things to where it looks like level and feel, we might do that and just move the done button back up here. Maybe even make the screen a little bit smaller. I don't know. But we want to have high scores next week put right here. But we have to figure out how to do scoring first. But really, this week was just add another field. This was a kind of result of, now that we did the retrofit last week, we were able to sit there and say, now that we've done the retrofit, why did we do the retrofit? The retrofit means that once we get our identification of objects down, our rules down of how objects work, we haven't introduced any new objects, but we've made, again, another challenge. We have a field with a gas can. Now, the other thing is, we will talk about dynamic gas cans, and I might put a supplemental out, but this is what we're doing here, and I will update the PDF document for this week. It'll be basically to follow this video. So it's a 1 hour video. It's usually an hour and a half class, and I will supplement this with another video on how to touch this up based upon other questions we get, or we'll catch you on GroupMe. But again, my goal is to get the second lesson out for next week of how to keep track of high scores and who has the highest score. But we have to start talking about next week how to keep score. So we're going to have a feel, we're going to have a level, we're going to have a score by the time we get next week, and then we'll have score here, and then we'll have high scores. We might put a list of high scores probably right here. That's a good spot to put it. Still enter in your name so we know who has a high score. So we'll have all that here, but we'll have to talk about scoring and possibly time. So how fast did you do it? How much gas did you have left over and stuff like that. So anyway, here's today's video. Happy birthday to me, 52 years old. No, actually 52 years young. And I will talk to you all later. And you guys have a blessed day. Again, just play with this stuff. We're finishing out standard core game. Multiple levels, win or lose, what's the score, what were the high scores, and who's best at it. It's not going to be me. But just we'll show you how to build the structure out, and then you'll have a game, and you can take it and play with it, modify it, break it, or whatever. But you guys have a blessed day. Again, don't take things too seriously. Play with this code. Don't get stressed out over due dates. Do not get stressed out over due dates. Just play with it, work with it, and be blessed. All right, we'll talk to y'all in a little bit. All right, catch you later. All right, I'm out.